Hello, everyone, and welcome to the afternoon session of the New England Educational Research Organization, Hopin to Hopin. The purpose of this afternoon session is to give an orientation to the Hopin platform, which is the platform that we're using for the NEERO 2021 virtual conference. And so what we'll do today is we'll introduce key board members, and then we'll go ahead and walk through the different sections of Hopin. So as presenters, as discussants, you'll get a chance to see and interact with the different components of Hopin. As we get started, I'm just going to point out that, first of all, my name is Emily Reagan, and I am the president of NEERO. If you look on the right-hand panel, you'll see an event label, and then you'll see chat within the event. That chat will go out to everyone across all different components of Hopin. If you click on stage, you'll see responses and comments and questions on the stage as well. So I see Jess Gregory has a couple comments, and Jessica Pollock York just posted hi on the stage, and we're all on the stage together right now. So anyone on the stage will see those comments. I'd like to first of all thank the NEERO Board. We are an all-volunteer board who has been working tirelessly to get ready for the NEERO 2021 conference. I want to thank all of you who are with us right now. This is going to be an informal session, but thank you very much to the participants, to the presenters, and the discussants at NEERO. Having been in this virtual space now for a year, we are all flexible and supportive and working together to learn it. We know that there are going to be some technical glitches, and we're just going to continue running with it. And I am heartened that we're doing that as part of the NEERO community. I'd like to thank Therese Edstrom-Roberts, who is our conference director, who's really been working behind the scenes. And then also I'd like to thank our vice president and conference chair, Sarah Enterline, who's really been the mastermind behind the Hopin virtual platform. And she has worked tirelessly to get everything ready for the conference. And we know it's going to be a wonderful conference. So with that, I'd like to welcome Sarah onto the stage, and possibly Therese as well. And I'll pass it over to her.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Hopin. I think Therese is just going to say hi from the chat because she is recording the event so that we can put something together for folks that either missed a portion of the live session or weren't able to join us today. Recognizing we have a lot going on. It's amazing to me how multitasking multitask-ish we have all become, even though we're all generally sitting in the same room in our houses, not actually moving to multiple places this year. So welcome to Hopin. I am Sarah Enterline, the Vice President and Conference Chair for this year. So as Emily said, we are learning this together. We hope that we have picked a platform in Hopin that is extremely accessible and easy to use. And so what we wanted to do today is just go through a tour of the event and give you a sense of what it's going to look like at the end of the month when the conference actually goes live. So Emily already mentioned this, but you have a couple different chat features to use. At the top over on your right-hand side, you see event. That is all conference-wide communication. So regardless of where you are in the conference, if you're in a session, if you're in the poster area, if you're watching a keynote, the event chat is always accessible. So if you get lost either today or somewhere else, go to the event chat and ask, and you can probably figure out where everybody is. The stage chat is just for people that are in the stage area. Similarly, when we get to sessions, that's going to be chat just for the sessions area. Okay, and so a couple other things I wanted to share with you before we get started is, oh wait, I already said that. Yeah, if you get lost today, go to the event chat and Emily, Therese, or I will find you and send you to the right spot. Okay, so I'm going to screen share, and I'm going to show you the actual annual conference Hopin and give you a tour through that area. So bear with me for a minute. I'm going to screen share and give you the endless hallway of windows before I switch over to the other window. There we go. There is the endless hallway. And we go to the annual conference. Okay. So once you register for the conference in Eventbrite and purchase your ticket, the ticket will be sent to you. It's a Hopin link. You click that link in order to access the conference. You do have to claim your ticket in order to access the conference. You do have to register in Eventbrite in order to get that ticket. And so one thing I want to point out in a number of different ways as we go through this tour is that is extremely important. If you are a presenter or a discussant, get that done and taken care of as soon as you can, because it'll just save you a little bit of a headache later. And also, most importantly, I and the other organizers cannot add you as a speaker or a participant to the program in Hopin unless you've registered and created your Hopin profile. I'll say that again. We cannot add you to the conference as a discussant or a presenter unless you have a Hopin profile and have claimed your ticket. So please, it takes like 2 minutes tops to get that done. Just get it out of the way. Okay, so those of you that have done that already, you will see this. You will have been to this page. It shows, you're in if you've already gotten your ticket. If not, it asks you a couple questions about who you are and where you're from before you claim your ticket. On this page right now, also everyone who's here will have a ticket. We'll see a lot of information that's relevant to get you started, that you can plan the end of the month when the conference is here. You'll see a description here of the conference in our registration area. You'll see our 4 keynote speakers and be able to click on each of them and go to their websites to learn more about them and learn about their work before the conference if you're interested. There's Lavelle Brown. Okay, and you also have the schedule. So the schedule is getting built out over the next couple weeks, but everything is there in terms of the sessions and placeholders. So you can see various symposiums, keynotes, when the papers are, when the roundtables are, posters, things like that. You also have the option for each of these events to add them to your personal calendar, depending on what platform you use, Google, Office, whatnot. I always find it's much easier to have everything in one place rather than try and have multiple calendars going. So that might be a nice feature to do at this point. If you scroll down to the end of the schedule or just click presenters, you will be able to see the presenters. And again, this is bare bones at this point. I have not yet added all the presenters to Hopin, but once everybody's added, you'll be able to click on everybody there. If they have their LinkedIn, here's Therese, I'm gonna pick on her. If they've added their LinkedIn, you can link in to everybody who's a speaker who has added that information to their profile. And again, this will be built out as people get added. Another plug for spending that 2 minutes to claim your Hopin ticket and create your profile so that people can start connecting with you even before the conference starts. The last thing on this registration area is a booth area. What will be open before and, well, throughout the conference is our help desk. That's similar to just kind of like the table in the hallway where you come and ask a board member for help or a question. That'll be there. We may have a games and fun area for just some, things you can do and fun you can have during the few days we're together. And then each poster presenter will have their own booth with their own poster. So we have one here as an example for today, but those will get built out as well over the next couple weeks. All right, I'm going to go back up to the top and show you what it will look like once the conference opens. So it's going to look very similar to what you guys have already navigated this morning or this afternoon. And here is our annual conference. So on the front reception page, you have stuff that you saw in registration. Our keynotes, the schedule looks a little bit different, just that you can click day to day. You can also search, like say I want to know the symposiums. I can just put in sim and it is a smart search. So I can see that there are 3 symposiums on the 30th, 1 on the 29th, and 2 on the 28th. So that is the reception area. While I'm here, just one thing to point out over here on this right-hand side, which feel free to click along with me on your own screen. But you see the event chat. You may see a poll. There's a poll for today's event about your experience with Hopin. I encourage you to please do that. Here in the conference, we have a poll of how excited are you for NEERO? And obviously, most people cannot contain themselves because they're so excited. People, you'll be able to see the people that have registered. If someone has a green dot next to them, that means they're actively online right now. So as you can see, me and Emily are here, but most everybody else is not, which makes sense. The conference is not open. But you can see here who's registered. And you could also reach out to them. So I can click on somebody, and even though the conference hasn't started, I could invite them to a video call. I could schedule a meeting with them. I could send them a personal message, any number of ways to communicate. If, let's say, I have received a personal message, it would show up here in this little paper airplane icon. And so you can see I've gotten some direct messages from a few people. And so I can I can communicate that way as well. And then you'll see here on my screen for the conference, it says 4. That number is higher on your screen. That's how many people are here right now. And let's say I get really distracted by this chat and I don't want to see it. I can make it disappear. I just click that arrow and bar and it goes away, or it comes back. Okay. So the next thing I want to show you is where you guys have all found me today is on the stage. So here's our stage for the annual conference. It won't be starting for another month. Well, not technically. April 28th at 8 o'clock is when the stage will go live, just like happened this afternoon. Emily will come on and share her opening remarks and get us started in our conference. And, as we've talked about, there's stage chat. There's also event chat. Event is the whole conference. Stage is just people that are watching or on the stage. All right, and the stage is where, because I know Lakshmi, you're here, so I'm directing this to folks that may have some stage presence. The stage is where our all conference events are going to be. So things like our opening remarks, our awards reception with the Rubovitz presentation will be on the stage, our business meeting at the end with some raffles, things like that will be on the stage. And our social gatherings will be in different places, but the stage may come into play, again, for kind of the all conference when we want everybody together at the same time. It will be on the stage. Okay. The next area I want to show is the sessions area. So in the conference right now, it's not open, but sessions will appear here when they are happening in the schedule. So that's an easy way to say that you will only be able to go in and see a paper symposium or a roundtable when it's actually occurring. So depending on the time of day and the sessions are open, there'll be anywhere from like 7 to 10 boxes here for the symposia, the papers, and the roundtables. And you can click into one and go see the entire session. You can also leave and go to another one. But think of it similarly to the various rooms at the Sheraton where you find out where the session is, you go into the room, sit down, and participate as an audience member. You're not going to be on audio and video if you're not presenting, but you're going to be actively engaging with either the moderator or the presenters using the chat, just as if you were sitting in the audience at a presentation. So here's the sessions. We're going to play around with this a little bit more in a couple minutes, but I just want to show you that's where this is. The next place I wanted to show you is the booths. So here is something you've already seen. It was in the reception area as well as the registration area. We'll have a NEERO help desk booth, which will be manned by a NEERO board member throughout the conference that can help you directly in a live chat if you need help. Also, you can schedule, like I showed you, video calls people to if you prefer to talk rather than type. We might have some booths that have some games and fun. And like I said earlier, each poster presenter will have their own booth where their poster will be presented throughout the conference. And then that presenter will be live with their poster during the one session that's designated for posters. Okay. And then the last area I wanted to share with everybody, which is pretty exciting, is this networking area. So within the schedule, we've put in a couple of blocks specifically for networking, and we hope that you'll take advantage of that. But also throughout the conference, if you want to just see who's here, this is always going to be open. One of the reasons why we decided to go with Hopin is actually because of this feature. What's very important to NEERO as an organization is the community and the relationships that we build with one another, be it through a mentoring or mentee type of a relationship, or sharing and brainstorming various research ideas and working through challenging problems with our research. But the community and kind of the informal nature of the relationships that we build with each other is a real key part of this organization. So to that end, we wanted to be able to have the ability to just connect with anybody. And with anybody is very socially daunting, and I get it, and we're going to try and make it as fun as possible. But it's kind of, I've been describing this as the Russian roulette of networking. So if someone's here in the networking area, you can meet up. You cannot choose who you're going to meet, which was what makes it fun. So I think I'm going to see who's here. I'm going to click ready. It's going to make sure my audio and video work, but it's also probably going to give me a message that says I'm sharing my video somewhere else. So let's see what happens. Well, Emily was going to join me. Let's see. Well, she may be standing me up. That's okay. But say someone else is available, they would pop up on the screen. You would have anywhere from 0 seconds to talk to them, or up to a couple minutes. But they are short conversations. If you really get going on something, then you have the ability to connect with them through a direct message and set up more time to talk. But it's really more of a get to know you, passing in the hallway type of social environment for us to get together. All right, so that's that piece. I'm going to go back to the stage and turn off my screen share. All right. Yep, sorry, Emily, we didn't connect. That's okay. Glitches happen. So I just wanted to give a moment here before we move on to the next thing to see if there were any questions or things that hadn't been answered already in the chat before we move on to playing around in the sessions. Okay, roundtables. Jess, I see you have a question about how we're going to address sharing screens and content. Yep, we will work through that in the next bit. Can we create presentations outside of the system and share our screen? Yes, that is the only way you can do it. So create your slide deck, your presentations using whatever format you are most comfortable with. Obviously, PowerPoint seems to be the most prevalent. And then you share your screen, very similar to how I think people are used to doing that in Zoom at this point. Okay, I am going to now say goodbye to you on the stage. And before you leave, I want everyone will make their way over on the left-hand side. It says sessions. And I want you to head to the paper session. You will see 3 sessions. One is symposium, one is paper, and one is roundtable. Click on the paper one, and I will meet you all there. Hi, everyone. You made it. Welcome to the paper session. I'll give folks a couple more minutes to make their way over. But hopefully most of you found it was pretty straightforward. You leave the stage and you go to the sessions. You'll have multiple options once the conference is open. And then you click on the session that you would either like to attend or the one that you will be presenting or serving as the discussant for. And you come right in. Okay, so a few sort of tour aspects here to show you guys. What you will see here is at the top of this black screen in the middle, it says it's recording. That may or may not be on. We are not going to be recording the roundtables, but we are recording the papers and the symposia. The next thing you see, it says 1 out of 9 people. That means there is 1 presenter who is presenting right now. That would be me. And the session allows for up to 9 people. So if you're presenting a paper and you have a group of like 3 or 4 presenters, all of you can be up and have your videos up. One person sharing the slides and be able to present as a group. If you have 10 people, that would be a problem, but none of our presentations do. So I don't think we'll have that issue. The next thing over with the little eyeball icon says 23. That means there are 23 of you here in attendance that are viewing the one presenter currently. Those will be the attendees, and the primary way attendees will interact during the session is how you are doing right now through the chat. And then when you're actively presenting, we ask that you click share audio and video, which is up in the top right. That will alert the moderator that you are ready to present. And then he or she, they will bring you onto audio and video so that you can do your presentation. So I am going to pick a guinea pig and bring them up. Let's go with Lisa.
Ah!
Hi, Lisa.
Oh, so wait, here I am. I was really excited to see how that was going to happen. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so now you are ready to present. So
okay. So when it said on the top, it said waiting for approval, but it was like dimmed out. I actually had already been approved.
So I saw you as wanting to come on. And so once I clicked the add you, that's when it gave you approval and brought you on.
Perfect.
All right. So I'm going to show everybody kind of what that looks like. If you are a discussant, I apologize for the never-ending window of mirrors, but you're going to have to deal with it for a second. Let me show you. So if I were the discussant, this is what I'd see. I'd see down here, these are the people that have said that they're willing to share their audio and video. And so if I wanted to bring Sebastian on, I would click the plus sign there. If I wanted to bring Lakshmi on, I would click the plus sign there. And they would join the audio and video with me and with Lisa. And then to turn it off, I'm going to turn off my screen sharing so that it's just our 2 video faces. All right. Thank you, Lisa. I'm kicking you off now. Okay. All right. Now, I would like to, I'm not going to pick on anybody, but I would like to ask for a volunteer. Maybe Jess Gregory, you'd be great at this. No pushing or anything, but I would like to bring on a volunteer who's willing to share their screen. All right, Jess, if you want to click share audio and video, that will alert me that you're ready, and I can bring you on. Okay, here comes Jess, adding her. Hi, Jess.
Hi, sorry about the super messy space. I am a person who lives with backgrounds.
No worries. And I fully understand that I have picked on people not knowing whether you're in your pajamas or not. So it is what it is. Okay, Jess, are you willing? Do you have like a slide deck or something that you could share?
I have the notes I'm taking right now. I can show my whole screen and I can pull up a PowerPoint while we're there.
I think a PowerPoint would be great if you want to just pull up a window that has a PowerPoint in it.
Let me open PowerPoint. It's pretty cool. It's trying to run so many things at once. So PowerPoint's opening. It wasn't open. Why can I only see the top of Jess's head? Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, Lisa. Yeah, okay, she figured it out.
Let's see. How about the Mendeley presentation? That's probably a good one since it was for NEERO. Opening. All right. And application window instead of entire screen.
That would be excellent.
So now you can see my application window, question mark?
We can. We see PowerPoint.
And so now if I want you to see the slideshow, I can go to my slideshow window. Is that working for you?
That works. And I assume, Jess,
Yes.
you have multiple monitors, correct?
I sure do.
Okay. So you are in the lucky, fortunate situation where you can have the slide take up an entire screen.
Yes.
And you can also keep Hopin on another monitor so that you can see yourself and see the chat as well as your slides.
True story.
So what I would like for you to demo for us right now is if you are not in that fortunate situation and you have only one screen, like a laptop, or you don't have the flexibility to be able, or you don't want to have the slides take up your entire screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you navigate up to slideshow at the top of your program right there? Yeah. And go to set up slideshow.
Set up slideshow. Got it.
Okay. You see a box, but we don't see a box because you're just sharing.
I have set up show, which says show type. It has 3 options. Show options has 3 options. Slides, advanced slides, and monitors.
Right. So what is default for most people and how we're typically used to doing slideshows where they take up the entire screen on the monitor is the full screen option. What we want to do for, or what I recommend you guys doing for your conferences when you're on virtual platforms is to just do show in the individual window or the individual screen.
So the second button?
Yes, that is the right one. Yep.
You've got it. All right.
Okay.
And so now...
And so now when you click slideshow, it's not going to take up that entire screen. It's just going to take up that
very
window.
Nice.
Yes. So you can move that window around your screen however you want to, and you can still see, I can still see me
Yes,
and you
I can.
wherever, and you can keep Hopin open. And I will put, we did not put that in the guidelines for presenters, but I'm going to add that for folks. But
That's
a
super
good
nice.
trick
Thank you for that.
for being able to present in a virtual format. Okay, thank you, Jess. All right, I am going to now say goodbye to Jess. Okay, the next thing we want to do is I'll show you where all the posters are going to be. Before we go there, just a couple of disclaimers. In the poster area, there's no live audio or video component. all of the communication and interaction happens in the chat. So when I ask you to go to the booth area and click on poster, you'll see a poster, but the only way we'll talk to each other is through the chat on the right-hand side. Hello, everyone. You made it back to the stage. Let me know in the chat if you're here. I'm in the stage chat is the best place to communicate when we're on the stage. All right. So that is a tour around the Hopin platform. We've hit on pretty much everything that you're going to need to see and to know in order to make your way through the conference at the end of the month. What I wanted to do now is just a couple more things. And the first is not going to be necessarily applicable to everyone, but I did want to go through it live just for those of you that it will be applicable to, and that's how to create a poster. So there's many ways to create a poster, and Hopin will support a lot of different ways. As long as you have a web link, that's really all you need. You can record a video, you can have a recording of a slide deck, but what we're going to recommend is that you keep it fairly simple and straightforward, and that is using Google Slides to create one slide that will serve as your poster. So I'm going to share my screen again and kind of show you what that will look like really quickly. All right, hallway of mirrors. There we go. All right, so if you are in Google Slides, this is, again, how I'm recommending you create a poster just to keep it simple. This is my poster. All right, so all of you Google users, listen up. Do not click this share button in order to get a link for your poster. That will not work in Hopin. That works for, collaboration, sending it to other people via email to be able to work on the document together. It does not publish it to the web. In order to publish your poster to the web and get the link that you will need for the conference, you need to go to File, Publish to Web, or Publish to the Web, and click the Publish button. This is the link that you need to copy and send via email to neero.conference@gmail.com. All of this is in the guidelines document that has been sent out a couple ways and is on our website. But I just wanted to go through it live with you all. There are screenshots in there as well. But this is the link that you need to email to us in order to get your poster into the conference booth. This is the only link that will work from the Google Slide platform. Do not use that. I'm not even going to click on it because I don't want to confuse you. If you choose to go a more complicated route, that's fine. That's your own prerogative, and you're certainly welcome to do so. But like I said, this is kind of the simplest, I think, most recommended way, just so it doesn't get too complicated in how to create a poster. All right, let's turn off that screen share. Okay, the last thing I wanted to do before I turn it back over to Emily for some concluding remarks is to talk a little bit about presenting professionally during a conference. And apologies if this is kind of old news for some of you, but I wanted to just kind of put it out there that presenting at a conference should feel professional in a lot of ways. So some tips on that: make sure that your face and body is kind of center of your presentation space. Try not to have too much distractions behind you in terms of pictures or bookshelves that are messy, things like that. I'm sure Jess is probably giggling under her breath because she is one that always says she loves her virtual backgrounds and does not like her messy bookshelf in the back. But yeah, something like this. Right now, this morning, this was a perfect spot, but currently this window is way too bright. I should not be presenting with this window behind me. And so what I wanted to kind of do in this last couple minutes is give you a sense of how I set up when I'm doing a professional presentation from this little home office I have here. So like I said, do not put yourself in front of a bright window that you don't look good. I also don't put myself this way because I've got windows over there. What I do have is a pretty nice, huge monitor on this side of me that I can pull up different references while I'm presenting. I've also got one of these fancy presentation lights that puts a nice warm glow as I'm presenting. And then a very formal stool on top of a table with my notes below it. I put my laptop directly on top of that. I step back a couple feet and I feel professional. I'm standing, I'm in the middle of a screen, and it makes it a little bit more of, like I said, a professional feeling. You also look a lot better than if you're sitting at your desk like we do on Zoom on the many other hours of the day. So I hope that's helpful for you all. And that's it. That's our tour of Hopin, etc. I want to bring Emily back on to share some concluding thoughts. And while she's coming on, just to say, we are here. The platform is going to remain open for a little bit longer. If you want to click around and play, have some more questions for the chat. If you go back into sessions and click on the roundtable session, that one is open. It's not moderated right now, which means that if you want to share your audio and video, practice screen sharing, that sort of stuff, that is perfectly open and available to you right now. Feel free to do that on your own. So hi, Emily. Welcome back.
Hi, Sarah. I just would like to start off by giving a huge round of applause to Sarah. This is our third time through this synchronous session today. And Sarah, all the thought and intentionality and organization that Sarah put behind this to even do this session today. So a huge round of applause for Sarah. Thank you again all for being here today. We are really excited about the NEERO 2021 conference. We have a fabulous group of keynote speakers who are lined up for the session. We also have an amazing array of presentations, symposia, paper presentations, and roundtables. As Sarah mentioned, we have a board meeting where all community members are invited. We have some great informal sessions on Thursday afternoon. We have the awards celebration and Rubovitz presentation on Wednesday. And then we'll also have special networking times on Thursday and Friday morning. So for you to try out that networking and bounce around and informally meet some of the members of the NEERO community as well. Again, this is really a learning space for all of us. So thank you in advance for your flexibility, for your creativity, and for your good humor as we go through this together and as we move toward the conference. And also please send emails or questions to us about the platform, about the presentation types. We will have practice rooms available at the NEERO conference each morning of the conference before the sessions open up if you want to practice sharing screen, getting on audio and video as a presenter to help kind of ease the stress of entering a platform that you're not familiar with. And if you have any comments or questions or ideas, please send them to NEERO, NEERO.conference@gmail.com. And we really appreciate all your feedback. So thank you again and have a wonderful afternoon.